Good afternoon and welcome into Atlantic City High School, day 2 of Battle by the Bay. I'm Tyler Donahue, courtside here, joined by a videographer, producer, director extraordinaire, Matt Ulmer. Happy to bring you all the action here between Absegami and Wildwood Catholic, the first half of a doubleheader we're bringing you today, following it up with a matchup between Middle Township and George Washington of Philadelphia. But we start with this Cape Atlantic League matchup. No, it will not count in the Cape Atlantic League standings. This is not an official CAL contest, but these two teams familiar with each other from their years in the Cape Atlantic League together, and certainly both can get a boost in their South Jersey playoff positions with a win here today. The starting lineups for Absegami: Justin Rice, Abdul Anderson, Vladimir Shustov, Daryl Loveland, and Jaleel Kreisman. And for Wildwood Catholic, it'd be the McWade brothers, Kevin and Eddie, George Cook, Jordan Robertson, and Clinton Freeman. Absegami with the ball here to start. This is a team coming off of a loss last night against Egg Harbor Township, a narrow loss for them. We'll talk about the CAL standings and where both these teams fit in just a moment, but action underway here at Atlantic City High School. Again, Battle by the Bay, 19th annual. Here's Shustov way beyond the perimeter. He gives it over to Loveland. Loveland working. He falls down, loses his dribble, and he travels in the process, slips. Loveland coming off a big night last night against the Egg Harbor Township Eagles. Despite the loss for Absegami, Daryl Loveland able to connect for 20 points. A very talented senior guard. A lot of height and athleticism on this Absegami team. It's kept them in quite a number of games so far. Wildwood Catholic looking to rebound from an upset loss against Pleasantville. There is McWade in the corner. Gives it up to Cook. Cook working to Robertson, a deep three-pointer, and that is off the mark. High bounce and off of Clinton Freeman. That one actually off of an Absegami player. That would be off of Daryl Loveland. Him and Freeman looking for the board down low. Wildwood Catholic retains possession. Cook to inbound. He goes to Robertson. Robertson to Eddie McWade. Finds Kevin McWade, and he is rejected down low there by Chrisman. Freeman, though, retains possession. A third opportunity here for Wildwood Catholic on this possession. Eddie McWade down low. Misses the first layup. Misses the tip-in, and coming away with the rebound is Absegami's Jaleel Chrisman. And now pushing it is Justin Rice. He pulls up and gives it up to Abdul Anderson. Anderson, one of the more talented juniors in the Cape Atlantic League. Brings a lot of height. He can shoot the deep ball. The ball is in his hands. He gives off to Rice. Working down low, Loveland. And here is Anderson for a three-pointer. He connects, as we mentioned. Has some height. Also able to work off the dribble. He's a 6'4" junior, and he can cash in right there with a three-point ball. It's 3-0. Absegami here, 6:15 remaining in the first quarter of this contest. Wildwood Catholic, a rough game last one. There's the turnover for the Crusaders. They'll look to rebound. A tough start for them so far, and appears we have nope, not a foul. It is a block and ricocheting off of Kreisman, and that one goes to Wildwood Catholic. A nice rejection there. A good get-back defense for Wildwood Catholic as Absegami looking to push the envelope there and get on the fast break early. Catholic coming off a loss against Pleasantville in which they fell down very early in the first half. They were down by 20 points at some certain points of that game. They got it within single digits late. Wildwood Catholic, though, sees their victory streak snapped as there is Robertson with a three-point ball. He connects on his second three-point attempt of the afternoon here. It is knotted at 3 with 5:30 remaining in the first quarter. Anderson, another three-pointer. That one rims out. Rebound loose, and we have a loose ball foul, actually, on Absegami. Wildwood Catholic will take over. And the penalty there goes against Shustov. 6'9" center for Absegami, who's really polished up his game last year. Since last year, he was very raw, admittedly so. Last season, as a junior, this year, a different story. A lot more court awareness for Schustoff, who picks up the foul there. Cook gives up to McWade. McWade to his right, over to Robertson, who just connected on that three-pointer. Cook now surveying the court, looking in briefly for Freeman. Instead, here's Kevin McWade looking to his brother. Cross-court pass to Cook. Cook against Anderson. Instead, he gives it out to Jordan Robertson, who is working against Anderson. Anderson seemingly playing the double team there. Clinton Freeman inside, kind of lost his way in the paint, but converting, no, it's rebounded by Absegami, rimmed out there. Kevin McWade with the rebound, Eddie McWade with the rebound, I should say, and he is off the mark on his putback. Anderson over to Rice. Rice, loose ball. Anderson comes up with it, goes up for a contested layup. He is fouled, misses, but he'll get two at the free throw line. Anderson asserting himself early in this contest, a three-pointer earlier, and now he's looking for two free throw attempts. Absegami enters this contest with a 7-9 record. They fell last night against Egg Harbor Township, their second consecutive Cape Atlantic League loss. They also fell on this very court. They were home against Atlantic City and fell 59-49 earlier this week. So looking to rebound here against Wildwood Catholic. Speaking of rebounding, Wildwood Catholic certainly could use a victory after that loss against Pleasantville. That snapped quite a substantial streak for Wildwood Catholic. The Crusaders had won 13 contests in a row before that loss. Wildwood Catholic currently tied for first place in the United Conference with Sacred Heart. Both teams splitting matchups so far this season. We covered one on CapeMayCountySports.com actually 2 Tuesdays ago on Wildwood Catholic's court. Crusaders able to prevail in that contest. Certainly turned some heads with their performance against Pleasantville. Like I said, down 20 in the third quarter in that contest. Really let that game slip away from them as Anderson converts on the first free throw attempt. Second one is up and good as well. He has all 5 points for the Braves, and it is 5-3. Absegami, 4:30 remaining here. Day 2, Battle by the Bay. 2 Cape Atlantic League squads going toe-to-toe here on CapeMayCountySports.com. Robertson looking to create his own shot against Anderson. Nothing doing. Now here's Eddie McWade surveying the court. Tries to go in. He looks for his brother. There's Kevin. And Jordan Robertson, another three, his third of the contest. That one rims out. He's made 1 of 3. That got about as close down the rim as you can ask for. No good, though. Schustoff working it over to Loveland. Again, coming off a 20-point performance, and he is fouled. See if that one comes on the court. Or no, that's going to be a travel. The refs look at each other, talk things over right quick, and got the call right, it appears. Traveling violation. Ball to Wildwood Catholic. Loveland so far scoreless after that 20-point performance against EHT last night. Absegami extending their defense a bit, applying some pressure down the court. Eddie McWade bringing the ball up there. Out of the forward position. Here's Cook. Short jumper is good. And it's 7-3 while it's a 5-5 game. Sorry about that. Cook converts on the jump shot. Here is Abdul Anderson taking on McWade. Instead, he gives it over to Rice. Rice for 3, and that is money. Number 4, Justin Rice, senior guard, connects on his three-point attempt, and it's 8-5. Absegami, 3 minutes remaining here. McWade working inside, takes it hard, but up short. Nice defense by Loveland, manning up, and there's a down-the-court pass to Schustoff, and 6'9", but doesn't appear too much ups. Could not go up and get that one. Pass off the line a bit, and Wildwood Catholic takes over on possession. We have a substitution here for Wildwood Catholic. Coming off the court for Catholic. Both McWade still out there. In now for Catholic, though, is Osborne, along with Robertson and Cook. Absegami pushing the ball. Anderson spots for another three. Instead, he dribbles inside and connects off the backboard and in. Nice take by Anderson. Thought about a three. He already converted on one earlier in this game, but nice attempt there. It's 10-5 right now. Absegami doubling up Wildwood Catholic. Crusaders find themselves in an early hole again. Robertson to Osborne. Osborne over to Cook. Cook working to his left. A mismatch here, matched up against Shustov. Does not decide to take him. Inside, Eddie McWade working around, avoids Shustov, and in for the reverse layup there. A nice maneuvering down low for McWade. Cashes in his first points of the contest. It's 10-7 Absegami here. 2 minutes remaining, first quarter of this matchup here on CapeMayCountySports.com. Darryl Loveland directing traffic. Vinny Nelson into the game for Absegami, number 5. He loses the ball for a moment. Inside to Loveland. He cashes in. Wildwood Catholic defense caught sleeping there. There was a loose ball. Absegami comes up with it, finds Loveland down low, and he converts on the layup. 12-7 Absegami here. Cook bringing the ball up against the substitute, Vinny Nelson. McWade, a deep three ball. That one is short off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Anderson. Quickly goes up court. He stops at the perimeter, hands it off to Nelson. Nelson back over to Anderson. Tough contested jumper right there, no good. Had Eddie McWade's hand right in his face. And we've got a call down low. That one against Absegami, trying to jockey for position down low. Nelson is caught for the foul. His first, Absegami's second foul of the contest. It's 12-7 Braves here, leading Wildwood Catholic. About a minute remaining in the first quarter. Live at Atlantic City High School, home of the defending state champion Vikings. We'll talk about how they fared last night in their matchup against St. Augustine after the quarter. Osborne over to McWade, gets it back to Cook. 45 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. McWade to his older brother, Eddie McWade, working up against Jaleel Kreisman. Nice take by Robertson. And off the back of the rim, though, rebounded by McWade. He's rejected by Kreisman. And Kreisman retains control. Absegami pushing it, 25 seconds remaining. Anderson lobs it on back there. Losing track of the ball there is Justin Bordfors. They come up with it again. Nice little nifty pass inside to Loveland. Good look right there by Vinny Nelson. Turned his head away. Throws a dart inside. 5 seconds remaining here for Catholic. Robertson with the ball. Down to 2 seconds. Spots up for a three, and it is good. That's how this first quarter will end. Jordan Robertson's second three ball of the contest, and it is 14-10. Absegami leading after 1 quarter of play here at Atlantic City. Battle by the Bay, day 2. Nice way to cap off the first quarter for the Wildwood Catholic Crusaders, who really struggled inside so far today. That is, again, Jordan Robertson's second three ball of the contest. Absegami with 2 3-pointers of their own. Abdul Anderson with 1, Justin Rice on the other. And the matchup we talked about last night, in case you missed it, it was broadcast on 97.3 actually, and that was Absegami, Atlantic City hosting St. Augustine. 2 teams coming in hot. St. Augustine, of course, riding a 13-game win streak, and meanwhile, Atlantic City 24 consecutive victories over Cape Atlantic League opponents. It was really a stingy effort by that St. Augustine squad throughout the second and third quarters. They really pried control away from the home team. Vikings able to, as they have so much, to come up big in the fourth quarter. Game's knotted at 45 late in the contest. A flurry of turnovers ultimately leads to fast break layup for Dennis White of Atlantic City with about 3 seconds remaining in the contest to give Atlantic City a 2-point lead. That would stand up as St. Augustine unable to convert on a last-second 3-point heave. And Atlantic City, another survival effort by them. They come away unscathed, still undefeated against Cape Atlantic League opponents for over a year now, since January 13th last season. Wildwood Catholic, who just saw their win streak snapped like St. Augustine last night, now working with a 4-point deficit. Here's Eddie McWade up, and He's off the mark again. Wildwood Catholic so far struggling inside, and that's going to be a big story. Absegami does a lot of damage in the paint. They have a lot of big bodies. Anderson thought about a three right there. Instead, he gives it over to Rice, who tries the three. That's off the mark. Rebounded by Eddie McWade for Wildwood Catholic, and he is fouled by Rice upon coming down with that board. Rice converted a three ball earlier in the first quarter. Try to get one there as well. Talk about some of the size on Absegami right now. You look at Schustoff, 6'9" senior, currently taking a seat on the bench, but plenty of size beyond him. Chrisman, 6'5" senior. You'll see him matched up against Eddie McWade a lot today. And Abdul Anderson as well, who is capable of hitting three balls. He's 6'4". So a tough matchup for Wildwood Catholic. They're going to have to rely on big nights, big afternoon from Freeman, who right there with a three ball. That's off the mark. They're going to need Freeman and Eddie McWade to do damage down low because Absegami will contend with them in the paint. Here is Vinny Nelson with the ball. He gives off to Loveland. Loveland to Anderson. Matched up against Eddie McWade at top of the perimeter there. Here is Nelson. Nice defensive effort here for Tyler Norris. Tough shot. Nice defense there by Norris coming off the bench, the sophomore player for Wildwood Catholic. Jumper there for Robertson off the mark. And there's Rice with the rebound, cross-court pass to Anderson. Spot up three ball, and that is off the backboard. He misses badly on that one, but rebounded and put back in by Daryl Loveland, making his presence felt so far here. Coach DeWeese certainly not happy about surrendering that offensive rebound. He calls a timeout, brings the Crusaders courtside. 16-10 here. Absegami with the lead early in the second quarter here. Battle by the Bay, the 19th annual event here at Atlantic City High School, bringing some of the top teams in the Cape Atlantic League into town, along with teams from outside the region as well. Our second half of our doubleheader here on CapeMadeCountySports.com will come approximately 2 o'clock tip-off between the Middle Township Panthers and George Washington of the Philadelphia area. And we saw George Washington in action here yesterday evening in the first game of this Battle by the Bay. And they were greeted unkindly by a Cape Atlantic League team. Holy Spirit swept them aside pretty handedly. Paul Moore, 25 points. So we'll see what kind of matchup we have in store. Middle Township takes on that same George Washington team later. For now, it's Wildwood Catholic, Absegami. Here's Catholic with the ball, down by 6. Tough shot, kind of a circus shot there for Eddie McWade. Rebounded by Freeman, who puts it back up, and he gets fouled. And he gives a little shove right there to Jaleel Kreisman. I have to imagine he's going to get a call here, and the ref blows his whistle. Might have a technical here against Clint Freeman. Yep, they got a T for him. Shares a few words with Coach DeWeese. So he will take his shots here, and then Absegami will have a chance to cash in on the technical foul. So Clint Freeman got a little frustrated there. He grabs a rebound off of Eddie McWade's miss, fouled on the putback attempt. Didn't seem to appreciate whatever Jaleel Kreisman had to say or do down low. Gave him a bit of a shove, and he's got to be careful now. Second technical, he'll be out of the game. Freeman off on his first free throw attempt and off on the second. So clearly out of his game a little bit right now. A little frustration for Wildwood Catholic, perhaps. Remember, last time they were on the court together, disappointing loss against Pleasantville, really playing from behind the entire game. Dug themselves a big hole early. Absegami right now with that free throw by Anderson, up by 7 here with 6:12 to go in the second quarter. Anderson's second free throw is up and good as well. He's now 4 for 4 from the free throw line, and he suddenly has 9 points already in this contest, half of the Braves' scoring. And Absegami gets the ball after the technical foul and 2 free throws by Anderson. He throws in a lob there to Chrisman, and he is fouled on the shot attempt. Oh, no, we've got a travel call. Probably waited too long to take that shot, had an open look at it, and made the mistake of kind of hearing footsteps. That caused him to shuffle his feet a bit instead of putting up the shot, and it cost him dearly as Wildwood Catholic gets the ball on a traveling call. Norris drives down low over to Freeman. Freeman working inside. No points for him yet. Off the front of the rim. Loose ball found by Eddie McWade. He gives it back to Freeman. Freeman up again, and he's got to like that one. Freeman puts in his first basket of the game after a frustrating stretch. Nice answer by Wildwood Catholic. Again, they're getting a lot of second chance efforts here on possessions, cashing in right there. Interesting shot there, a little floater, a put up by Absegami's Justin Rice, rebounded by Chrisman, and we have another traveling call. Refs have not been afraid to blow the whistle on walks today. It's the third one by my count. All of them coming against Absegami. 18-12, Wildwood Catholic leading here, 5:30 remaining in the second quarter. Battle by the Bay action here. Matt Ulmer on video, Tyler Donahue on the call here. Behind the benches of Wildwood Catholic, Absegami. Cook with the ball, working to his right, inside to Freeman. And we've got another walk here. Like I said, the refs not shy about blowing the whistle so far today. And there is a traveling violation against Clint Freeman. He's trying to work inside against Chrisman. Too many steps. Absegami not exactly finding a flow on offense, but been able to be effective. Ill-advised pass down low, swiped away. Here's Robertson pushing the ball. He'll take it all the way himself. Misses on the layup attempt, however, and there's a rebound for Schustoff, who's checked back in the game. A turnover right away. Another one for Absegami. Robertson, another shot. No good. And we have a foul on the floor. That one will come against Justin Rice. That'll be his second foul, starting senior guard on Absegami. Interesting series here for Absegami. 2 turnovers there in about a span of 15 seconds. Head coach Mike Bolt can't be happy about that effort. And he'll bring Rice to the bench with 3 fouls actually for Justin Rice. I don't expect to see him the rest of this half. Remember, 5 fouls gets you a trip to the bench for the remainder of the game. Air ball on the 3-point attempt there for Garrett Moretti. Loose ball, and that will go to Absegami. Wildwood Catholic been content to settle for shots outside thus far. It's going to take some effort down low, but the last few possessions, Freeman and McWade both able to score inside. Certainly would be best for the Crusaders to continue working it in the paint. Absegami with the ball. Vinny Nelson now handling point guard duties with Rice sequestered to the bench with 3 fouls. Loveland to Schustoff. Schustoff puts up a 3-ball off the front of the rim. Rebound grab by Anderson. He's taken down. Another foul call inside, and he'll take 2 more free throw attempts. He's already 4 for 4 on the day from the free throw line. Anderson really making his presence felt so far. A junior forward, Abdul Anderson. Nice offensive rebound there. Went up among the trees. He had 2 or 3 Crusaders in his face. He cashes in on that first free throw attempt. And that's 10 points now for Anderson on the day. Already in double digits here. Less than 12 minutes into this contest between 2 Cape Atlantic League squads. And the second one is good. 6 for 6 at the free throw line. Now for Abdul Anderson and Absegami. Here's Anderson playing defense against Robertson. Robertson looking inside. McWade working to his right against Chrisman. Jordan Robertson, another 3-ball. That one is good. His second of the contest. His third, I should say. He hit one at the end of the first quarter. Robertson suddenly with 3 trifectas, 9 points. Losing control of it was Loveland. He kicks it back outside. A 3-ball is up and good for Vinny Nelson. The freshman off the bench. We should see plenty more of Nelson today, considering the 3 fouls for Rice, and why not? Nelson playing tremendously so far off the bench. Nice 3-ball for him there. Turnover for Wildwood Catholic. Here's Anderson pushing the tempo. Crusaders defense stops him. Nelson, another 3-ball. He's not shy, and he hits. The freshman catching fire here in the second quarter. Suddenly a 26-15 advantage for Absegami. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Dangerous territory for Wildwood Catholic. They don't want to let this one get away from too much early, like what happened in the Pleasantville loss. Foul right there. Eddie McWade had the ball swiped away, but courtesy of a foul on number 23, Daryl Loveland. just his first foul. 16 fouls now on Absegami, 3 for Wildwood Catholic. Here's Robertson working against Anderson. Robertson with 3 3-pointers, really keeping Wildwood Catholic afloat here in the first half. Inside and rejected. Freeman with the rebound, and he'll go to the free throw line once again. Nice take there by Tyler Norris, the sophomore guard for Wildwood Catholic. However, a little overmatched inside. He was blocked. Freeman able to come up with the board. He's 0 for 2 from the free throw line today. His third attempt also off the mark. Freeman with 2 points in the contest. And remember that technical foul. 2:44 to go here. Some substitutions for Absegami. Into the game is Matt Fetsky, junior forward. Freeman's connects on that one. He is 1 of 4 from the line with 3 points today. Absegami. Here's Vinny Nelson, who has 2 3-balls in this quarter. He takes it right at Clint Freeman, who alters the shot. Here's Anderson for a 3-ball, and he drops it. Absegami, 3 consecutive 3-pointers now, blowing this one open a bit. 29-16 Braves lead. 2:20 to play here in the first half. Battle by the Bay action. Wildwood Catholic looking for answers right now offensively. Eddie McWade, their catalyst, just 2 points, has not been able to get it going. Part of the reason is what you're seeing here. Darryl Loveland just playing great defense. Schustoff alters his shot inside. The putback. Eddie McWade with 2 offensive boards there. On the first one, he misses the layup attempt. On the second one, he is fouled. McWade putting in the work down low, just hasn't been able to really turn those into points, and he'll have a chance here with 2 free throw attempts. Again, McWade so far on the day, 1 field goal. And he has had some tremendous efforts throughout the season. First is up and good. 18 fouls on Absegami. Be seeing Wildwood Catholic head to the line from here on out. Second shot is also up and good. 4 points for McWade. That trims the deficit to 11 points. Clint Freeman will take a seat on the Wildwood Catholic bench. Into the game for him is John Osborne. So Coach Mike Bolt's Absegami Braves right now 29-18 lead. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Braves have to be pleased with how they've played. Again, 3 straight 3-pointers here. See how they handle this possession. And a steal there for Kevin McWade. Takes it up against Anderson. Anderson, body contact, got the block, but a little too much contact for the officials' liking, and that will be a foul on Anderson. Kevin McWade will head to the free throw line for a pair of attempts there. Savvy play by McWade. Wildwood Catholic needs some defensive stops here late in the first half. McWade is good on the first free throw, the 5'10" sophomore. The youngest member of this Wildwood Catholic starting lineup. The rest are juniors. And the second attempt is also up and good. So Wildwood Catholic making 5 consecutive free throws right now, cutting the lead to 29-20. McWade offering assistance there. It's Cook with the steal, though. Cook goes up, jump stop, and he is rejected there by Nelson. Rebound down to McWade. He puts up a shot, a frenzy of situation. Jeez, frenzied situation down there under the net. Wildwood Catholic comes up empty, able to get the rebound there on the defensive end, though. Wildwood Catholic had about 3 or 4 attempts at the rim there. Robertson, another spot up 3. That one's off the mark. Every rebound is hotly contested. I will say that. Both teams going after every board with authority right now. Neither one really able to establish itself. One definite edge, though, so far. Wildwood Catholic on the offensive end has been able to get a lot of second chance opportunities. However, to this point, they have not been able to cash in on many of them. Breakdown on Wildwood Catholic's defense, leaves a man under. He's off the mark. Pass up top is intercepted there by Cook, and he's fouled. Probably not the best of fouls by Abdul Anderson, who just picked up another foul. They don't want him to get into foul trouble here. He has been money so far in this game, 11 points, and that is his 3rd foul. See what Coach Mike Bolt does here with 53 seconds remaining. Probably going to take his leading scorer off the court rather than risk a 4th foul here before halftime. Cook's free throw is on the mark. Wildwood Catholic now, after starting 0 for 3 from the free throw line, they've made 6 consecutive. This to trim the deficit to 7, and he does. It is 29-22, Absegami ahead. 53 seconds remaining here, and the Braves with the ball. Anderson's off the court with that 3rd foul. Here is Vinny Nelson driving, kicks it out to Matt Fetsky, airballs the 3-pointer, and Wildwood Catholic takes over. That was a quick possession for the Braves, and quite frankly an ugly one. Some substitution here for Dave DeWeese and Wildwood Catholic. They will substitution issue here. Looks like they wanted to get Clinton Freeman in. Unable to do so, though. He'll stay seated on the bench. Wildwood Catholic takes over here. 40 seconds and counting in the first half. 29-22 Absegami. First quarter ended with Jordan Robertson hitting a 3 ball. He has the ball in his hands now. Down low, inside. And that is Osborne. Nice bucket there for Wildwood Catholic. Needed that one. 29-24. Absegami now with the ball, 18 seconds and counting left. Here is Loveland. Loveland working inside, a lot of contact with Osborne, and the call is a travel. Traveling call against Loveland. Now Clinton Freeman will check into the game. Osborne takes a seat. Freeman capable of hitting the outside shot as well, so keep an eye on that. 10 seconds remaining here in the half, 29-24, Wildwood Catholic leading. Cook with the ball here for the Crusaders. Dumps it off to Robertson. Some contact. And we've got a defensive foul there against number 5. Vinny Nelson, the freshman. Cook to the line where he just converted on 2 free throws. Again, Wildwood Catholic really cashing in. That's 8 consecutive free throws they've been able to make since missing the first 3 attempts. If they can make it 9 straight here, it would cut the deficit to 3 points. 3.3 seconds remaining in this first half, and that one is up and good. 29-26. Absegami leads here. 3 seconds to go. With the ball is Nelson. Nelson, the freshman, heaves one. No good. And we've got a traveling call. That has no bearing on the end of this half, and that will send both teams to the locker room. It's 29-26, Absegami up ahead. Wildwood Catholic able to make a lot of inroads after a rough start with a nice finish there. 9 consecutive free throws converted for Wildwood Catholic. Really helped them get back into the contest. And we'll step away for a moment here at halftime at Atlantic City High School. It's Battle by the Bay, Day 2. Stay tuned for the second half of action between Absegami and Wildwood Catholic. Welcome back to Atlantic City High School. Second half about to get underway between Wildwood Catholic and Absegami. Braves control the opening possession of the third quarter. They have a 29-26 advantage. Interesting first half. We'll talk about some of the statistics in just a moment at our first chance. But first here is Chrisman with the ball off the mark. Rebounded by Shustov. Instead, it's Loveland who will take it. Shustov with another offensive rebound attempt there. That one goes out of bounds off his fingers. Wildwood Catholic with the ball. Big first half for Abdul Anderson of Absegami. 14 points for the junior forward. Half of the Braves' points in that first 2 quarters. And then for Wildwood Catholics, it's been 11 points for Jordan Robertson, including 3 3-pointers. A big effort for him. Also contributing Eddie McWade, 6 points. George Cook with 4 points for the Crusaders as well. It's KMACountySports.com. I'm your play-by-play guy today, Tyler Donahue. Doubleheader. We have got Middle Township, George Washington coming up next. At the conclusion of this one, Matt Ulmer, producer and videographer. Robertson with the ball over to Cook. Cook looks inside for McWade. McWade, one dribble and up off the mark. Freeman with an offensive rebound. Another short on both of them, and it's rebounded and pushed here by the freshman guard, and he is blocked. That was Vinny Nelson, who has not been shy as a freshman, but he was rejected there. Robertson up strong and in. layup from the left side, 29-28 Absegami. And Wildwood Catholic once down 11 points in the second quarter, certainly with momentum on its side here coming out in the second half. Strong finish to the second quarter, highlighted by 9 consecutive free throws. Jump shot there. Jaleel Kreisman in on the pass from Anderson. Kreisman gave a little bit of a look over there to the Wildwood Catholic bench after scoring on that one as he ran down the court. Earlier he was involved in some words and a little shoving with Clint Freeman of Wildwood Catholic, so keep an eye on that one. Kreisman taking it to Wildwood Catholic, letting them know about it. Here's Eddie McWade working inside against the aforementioned Kreisman, and he puts it in. 8 points now for McWade. And it is a 31-30 Absegami lead. Also big for the Braves in the first half. We mentioned Abdul Anderson's 14 points. Darrell Loveland and Vinny Nelson each with 6 points. Nelson, interesting story, 2 3-pointers off the bench for the freshman guard. Justin Rice was forced to miss a lot of time, has the ball in his hand now. Rice with 3 early fouls, and he really was on the bench most of that second quarter. He's back on the court now as number 4. Rice gives the ball inside to Kreisman, back over to Rice. Little floater, that one's off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Anderson. Kevin McWade, scrappy as ever with the steal there, coming in from behind Anderson after Anderson pulled down the board. Robertson stop and spin, but he loses control of the ball. Losing control of the ball then is Absegami, and cashing in is Kevin McWade, the sophomore, converts on a wide open layup there. Nice little gift for the sophomore. Ball rolls right up to him. He looks up, he's got the ball, and the rim's right in front, and he cashes in. Wildwood Catholic now leading, 32-31. Catholic's first lead of this contest, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see how Absegami responds to a little adversity. And there is we got a blocking foul there. And trying to set an illegal screen was Kreisman, and I think he's a little heated right now because he was involved in a scrum with Freeman in the first half. Scored earlier here in the quarter, looked over at the Wildwood Catholic bench, and there he picks up a foul about 30 feet away from the basket, which is not where you want to pick up second foul of the contest. It's 32-31 Wildwood Catholic. Absegami enters this game after a heartbreaker last night, put in a good effort on the road to Egg Harbor Township in a game they really needed to have to stay alive, stay afloat in the American Conference. Egg Harbor Township prevails 55-53. We mentioned Loveland with 20 points in that contest. He has 6 today for Egg Harbor Township. Trey Jones, 12 points in the fourth quarter, and Kari Harley with 26 points against Absegami. So each of these teams coming into the contest fresh off of a league loss, and both looking to get back on the horse today. Wildwood Catholic losing it to United Conference foe Pleasantville earlier in the week, and as we mentioned, American Conference clash came up empty for Absegami on the road at Egg Harbor Township. Kevin McWade find his own shot. Nice little finger roll there. He works his way around. Loveland gets inside. I think he took Loveland by surprise with that move. The sophomore with 4 early points here in the second half, and it's 34-31 Wildwood Catholic. Loose ball off of Nelson, but that one actually connects off McWade. McWade has been everywhere today, has the younger McWade, Kevin. And as I say that, he comes up from that play favoring his right ankle a little bit. May have rolled it going after another steal there. Jump shot there, comes up short. Rebounded down low by Rice. Rice is swatted away. Good effort there by Eddie McWade inside. Robertson taking it with the right hand this time. Freeman had his hands on a rebound. Instead, the ball goes to Kreisman, and he controls. That's an interesting matchup to watch down low. Freeman and Kreisman, and then on the other side of things, Eddie McWade dealing with Vladimir Shustov, and Shustov currently not on the court, but when him and Eddie McWade were going toe-to-toe earlier in this quarter, both really trying their best to maintain position. And there is a travel on the part of Loveland, trying to work his way inside. Correct call there by the officials. 34-31, Wildwood Catholic. We are past the midway point here in the third quarter, 3:35 to go. Cook with the ball, finds Robertson. Robertson was 3 of 6 from beyond the three-point arc in the first half. Has not looked for a long-distance shot yet here in the second half. Freeman to his right against Chrisman. No way. That shot went awry there. Here is Vinny Nelson, the freshman, connects again. That's 3 three-pointers for this freshman off the bench. What an effort for Vinny Nelson and Absegami. That ties things up at 34 points apiece. Eddie McWade kept in check for most of this game, comparatively speaking. Jordan Robertson fakes his shot, gives it to McWade, spins to his right, goes up with the right hand, and that's how this afternoon has gone for Eddie McWade. A lot of shots rimming out. He's gotten in good position, just has not been able to capitalize inside, has Eddie McWade. He was 2 of 10 in the first half, shooting with 6 points. 8 rebounds. He's now in double digits for rebounding, but still having some trouble finding his shot. Pick set by Freeman there. Gives Cook some room briefly. McWade up top to Robertson. Robertson trying to orchestrate a screen. Doesn't come to fruition. Kevin McWade to Eddie McWade. Slings it around. Cook with the ball. McWade takes a tumble inside. Robertson with another 3-ball. This one's off the mark. Eddie McWade, a strong rebound inside, working with the left hand. No, off the back of the rebound. And now Absegami will look to push. Here is Nelson going up against Freeman. Freeman stood his ground, stood tall, and was able to alter that shot enough. Here's Wildwood Catholic 3-on-1. McWade going up, and that one is off the mark, but he will head to the free throw line. 3-on-1, you feel like you want to come away with the field goal right there. It was Kevin McWade pushing the tempo. He had Eddie to his right, found him, took on the contact, and he'll step to the free throw line. He has been to the charity stripe a few times today. Currently, he is 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Again, as I mentioned, 9 of 12 shooting for Wildwood Catholic in the first half from the charity stripe after missing their first 3. Made 9 consecutive, make that 10 consecutive converted free throws now for Wildwood Catholic. That gives the Crusaders a 35-34 lead here. And I also want to mention that foul on Justin Rice, starting senior guard for Absegami, and that's his 4th. And he'll find his way to the bench. Playing with fire now. 1 away from 5 fouls. So 2 free throws for McWade. Again, 11 consecutive free throws converted by these Crusaders. It's been a huge part of their offense so far today. McWade really extending the defense there. Crusaders get back and reset. Nelson with a 3-ball. That one's out. Finally misses a 3-pointer. Robertson behind the back dribble there to avert Nelson. And here's Robertson again with Anderson on him this time. About 4 feet beyond the arc. Working to his right over to Kevin McWade. Robertson again thinks about going inside for Clinton Freeman. He does. Freeman is blocked though by Chrisman, and tell you what, Chrisman has really had his way with Clint Freeman inside so far today. A couple of blocks, great positioning by the Absegami big man, Jaleel Chrisman, 6'5" senior. Inbounds pass to Robertson. Robertson sized up a 3. That one is off the side of the rim. He's now 3 for 8. 8 3-point attempts for Robertson. Really aggressively looking for his shot. Oftentimes he'll wait and let for the offense to come his way. Not so much today. Robertson been very aggressive. 49 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. It's 36-34. There's a steal by Kevin McWade. Ball comes up to George Cook. George Cook to his right hand. Off the mark. Rebounded by Eddie McWade. He misses a layup. And the ball comes down to Absegami. And we've got a walk against number 11, Justin Boardford's. Wildwood Catholic, we're not keeping tabs here, but missed shots in the paint have been a huge issue. They have a 2-point lead right now. If they converted maybe half of these misses inside, they could be clinging to a double-digit lead. But the way it stands now, Absegami trailing by just 2. 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter for Wildwood Catholic, who has suddenly seized control of this contest. Clinton Freeman gets the pass, works inside, thinks about a shot. Instead, he'll go inside to Robertson, who takes it back up. some miscommunication there. I don't know if Freeman was quite ready to take on that pass. 9 seconds left. Cook working to his left. Little leaner, and it's good. And a foul. 5.9 seconds to go. Cook with the bucket. He'll go to the free throw line. Nice effort there by George Cook, who is the last guy you'll really see come off the court for these Crusaders. Such a big part of what they do on both ends of the court. And Cook, a junior, 2 for 2 from the free throw line today. 4 points. Also hit a jump shot in the first quarter. And he cashes in. Give him 7 points now. And give the Crusaders 12 consecutive free throw attempts made. That'll always make a head coach smile when teams are cashing. Oh, and we have an interesting scenario that just happened for the Absegami Braves. Inbound pass from the freshman Vinny Nelson went off the foot of Darryl Loveland. The ball bounces back to Nelson, who catches it, but he has a foot on the line. That's the first time I've seen that happen in basketball. And there's the inbounds pass to McWade, up and in. Nice inbounds play, caught Absegami off guard. A heave by Loveland, that's off the mark. And Wildwood Catholic suddenly with total control of this contest. Absegami looking very shaky in that quarter, 41-34. Wildwood Catholic with the advantage. And the Crusaders trying to improve their record here against a very capable Absegami team. Absegami has been so close throughout the season to breaking through in some of these games. They hung tight with St. Augustine. They hung tight with Atlantic City just about a week ago. Holy Spirit gave them a run for their money on the home court, but all losses nonetheless, and that's part of the reason they're on the outside looking in the playoff race. Wildwood Catholic, on the other hand, right now, 14-3 on the season. They're 7-3 away from their home court. And right now, after a 13-game win streak, they're just trying to get one, because they saw that streak snapped against Pleasantville. And Catholic certainly looking good right now. A different kind of game than we saw early in this contest when Absegami held an 11-point lead. Since that time, Wildwood Catholic has outscored them by 18 points. Suddenly a 7-point advantage for the Crusaders, 41-34 Wildwood Catholic. I'm Tyler Donahue. This is CapeMayCountySports.com. Alongside videographer, producer Matt Ulmer. We are live at Battle by the Bay, day 2 of a 3-day event here at Atlantic City High School. Some great basketball in the Boardwalk Empire. Encourage all of you to head on out here if you can. More action tomorrow, too, before the Super Bowl. If you want to stick around your computer, though, we got more action coming up next. Middle Township versus George Washington of Philadelphia, right here on CapeMayCountySports.com. Live video coverage following the conclusion of this one. So Wildwood Catholic won't be in any hurry to rush possessions now in the fourth quarter with the 7-point advantage. And they've already taken about 30 seconds off the clock with this first possession. Here's Robertson, though, making a move, stepping inside, 12-foot jumper off. Schustoff with the rebound. Absegami in desperate need. Here's Anderson, who had a big first half, and he finds Chrisman inside, wide open. Defensive lapse there for Wildwood Catholic, and Absegami draws first blood here in the fourth quarter. It's a 5-point deficit. Catholic leading 41-36. 7 minutes remaining here in the final quarter. Robertson thought about giving it inside to Freeman. Kevin McWade working up against Anderson. Freeman open inside. Robertson recognizes that. Chrisman able to recover and man up Freeman. Freeman's got options on the perimeter. He finds Kevin McWade, who gives it to Cook. A lot of patience for Wildwood Catholic right now. Shot for McWade is up and in. Kevin McWade, very nice second half here. He has 6 points in the second half of play. Give him 8 points on the day. He doesn't often outscore his older brother Eddie, but today, both with 8 points. Absegami with the ball, trailing by 7. Anderson steps in, finds his shot again, a 2-pointer for Anderson inside the stripe. He had 14 points in the first half, really silenced there in the third quarter, but he comes up with a jumper there. The lead back to 5 for Wildwood Catholic. Deflection and a steal. Schustoff comes up with it. Gives it to Rice. Rice playing with 4 fouls. Jump shot there for Loveland, off the mark. Too long. Rebounded by Robertson, who hands it off to McWade. Bringing the ball up here. 5:50 remaining in the fourth quarter. Again, Wildwood Catholic would like to take off 20 to 30 seconds if they can almost every possession. Wasting no time there, though, inside to Eddie McWade, and he cashes in. From the left side, he's really skilled from that left side. Been impressed with that in the games I've seen from Eddie McWade. This one, the Sacred Heart victory a couple weeks ago, where he put up 20-plus points. A lot of finesse to his game for a big man. Ball goes out of bounds off of Wildwood Catholic's George Cook. A couple substitutions here. Exiting George Cook and Clint Freeman. Coming onto the court are number 33, John Osborne, along with his teammate Tyler Norris, number 12. Schustoff with the ball, chucks up a three-pointer. That one rims out. Second three-point attempt for Schustoff, and might come as a surprise. He's a 6'8" specimen, but he does have some long-range shooting ability. He has been very unproductive today, though, has Schustoff. He's had games this year where he puts up 12, 14 points, and those games are huge for Absegami because it gives them a offensive input that they don't normally have. And so far today, Schustoff with no points. Two rebounds in the first half, too. McWade working inside, finds Robertson. Robertson to his right, driving into the lane. Schustoff alters that shot, rebounded by McWade. He is up and in. Eddie McWade, another rebound. He might have 20 rebounds before this game is over. 3-ball for Rice. Rice, no good. Rice playing with 4 fouls, and he almost picked up number 5 there. Instead, he snatches it away inside to Anderson. Nice defensive effort by Kevin McWade, preventing Anderson from converting an easy layup. Kevin McWade has been all over the place defensively today. Usually the smallest guy on the court, but he is not afraid to get in position, take some contact on. Did so again right there. It's 47-38 Wildwood Catholic. Long 3-ball for Nelson. That one's no good. He's now missed on his last 2 attempts after starting the game 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. 47-38. Crusaders lead here. McWade needs some help. Stopped shy of the timeline, and we got a timeout now for Wildwood Catholic. Coach DeWeese calls his team over. As they step away, we'll take a look at what we have here coming up today on CapeMayCountySports.com. Again, big matchup, 2 o'clock, Middle Township Panthers taking on George Washington of Philadelphia. George Washington enters this matchup fresh off of a loss to Holy Spirit last night on this court. George Washington and Holy Spirit kicked things off for Battle by the Bay last night in the prelude to St. Augustine Atlantic City. And if you missed any of that St. Augustine Atlantic City game, you can check out highlights on CapeMayCountySports.com and 97.3 ESPN.com as well. Be sure, even if you don't have time to watch the whole contest, check out the final few minutes. It was really a frenzied game. Exciting conclusion. There were like 3 turnovers in the final 40 seconds. Ultimately, it leads to a Dennis White breakaway basket at the end. He scored with 3.8 seconds to go, and Atlantic City escapes with a 2-point victory, 47-45 last night, and it was quite the way to start things off. Atlantic City returns to action tomorrow for a 2 p.m. showdown against Pleasantville. It's a traditional rivalry that takes place here at Battle by the Bay, and they will square off again in the conclusion of Battle by the Bay action tomorrow. You can listen to that game live on 97.3 ESPN FM. For now, we refocus on Wildwood Catholic Absegami, 47-38. Crusaders leading this one, looking to put it away. 4.5 minutes to go. Again, Wildwood Catholic trailed by 11 points in the second quarter. Coach DeWeese's team has really done a nice job of regaining their footing. And as I say that, things begin to unravel a little bit. Coming off the timeout for Wildwood Catholic, we've got a penalty on Wildwood Catholic. Looks like a illegal screen there by Clint Freeman. Clinton Freeman charged with the foul there, his 3rd of the contest. And now he finds himself covering Schustoff beyond the perimeter. Yeah, when 2 big men are matched up on the perimeter like that, something's bound to happen that's not exactly poetic. That's what happened right there. Schustoff tries to take on Freeman. He travels in the process. That's why we let the guards play out there. We let the big men post up down low. The further you are away from the basket, if you're 6'8", more dangers you open up. And Schustoff takes a seat actually right now. Absegami going with a bit of a smaller lineup than what we've seen from them so far. George Cook with the ball for Wildwood Catholic. Again, the Crusaders looking to put this one again away. Clinton Freeman finds Robertson inside. comes up short. Nice defense by Anderson in the paint. Anderson gives off to Vinny Nelson, the freshman. It takes on all comers. Instead, he dishes it out to Anderson. Back to Nelson. He spots up a 3-ball off the mark. Nelson has lost his range here in the second half, and that's been a big part of Absegami's plight on offense. He had 9 points in that 9 points through about 20 minutes of this contest. Since then, though, off the mark for the freshman. Eddie McWade with possession. Freeman with a nice pick there. McWade again goes with his left, and I'll tell you what, this kid is multi-versatile, and that is a prime example of his ability to create his own shot when things break down. Big basket by McWade, who comes up with a steal here. He sees Robertson up ahead. Robertson slams it home. Talk about a resurgence here for Wildwood Catholic, leading by 13 suddenly with under 3 minutes remaining in the fourth period. And a timeout comes from Mike Bolt on the Absegami bench. And what more can you say about this Wildwood Catholic comeback effort? They were down 11 points in the second quarter, now up 13 here, 51-38. And the Crusaders appear to be on their way to a comeback victory and a nice rebound effort after losing to Pleasantville in a United Conference clash earlier in the week. Wildwood Catholic trying to pick up win number 16 on the season. 15, I'm sorry. 15 wins would actually match them with St. Augustine Prep, Hamilton, and Atlantic City for most overall wins in the Cape Atlantic League. Of course, not all victories factor into the Cape Atlantic League playoff standings, but for notoriety's sake, they would tie St. Augustine and Atlantic City and Hamilton with 15 victories. Middle Township with 13. We'll see them in action next. Tyler Donahue here at Atlantic City High School, home of the state champion Vikings. Day 2 of Battle by the Bay. You're watching CapeMayCountySports.com. Matt Ulmer on video, producer. Getting the job done here for a doubleheader of South Jersey hoops action. Got a little Philly in the mix today as well. George Washington coming down from Philadelphia to face these Middle Township Panthers. Panthers were taken in the first half of this action in the stands. They went to the locker room some time ago. Here's Eddie McWade with another steal, his second consecutive. Nice spin, and he is fouled by Loveland, making his way to the hoop. Eddie McWade is jazzed up. He was struggling to find his game early in the contest. It's safe to say he has done that here in the second half. Consecutive steals from McWade. Earlier he finds Robertson for a jam. This time he goes the distance himself, takes on the contact, buries the free throw. Folks, Wildwood Catholic putting on a clinic at the charity stripe right now. 13 consecutive free throws made by the Crusaders after missing their first 3. And the beloved announcer's drinks strikes again. Kevin McWade with the rebound there, and he's fouled by Christman. As I mentioned, that Wildwood Catholic made 13 in a row. See Eddie McWade miss there, but really an impressive stretch for Wildwood Catholic. And those free throws were huge at the end of the second quarter. Just when Absegami was jumping out to that 11-point lead, Wildwood Catholic able to cut into it a little bit piece by piece before halftime, get the lead back down to a manageable deficit with some of those free throws. And here is Robertson with a heck of a drive, full head of steam, and he's fouled. He charged from about 4 feet beyond the three-point arc, straight to the basket on the beeline. Absegami a little late to recognize his charge. That draws the foul, and he will step to the line. Robertson, a little bit of everything for him today. 3 shots from beyond the arc that fell. He took 8 three-pointers in all so far today, hitting 3 of them, but a big dunk that seemed to really cap this one off and put it out of reach. Wildwood Catholic now leading by 14 with 2:30 to go. Free throws up and good for Robertson. Robertson had a similar dunk a couple weeks ago against Sacred Heart in a game, and that dunk really seemed to solidify the victory, providing an exclamation point in that win. And another jam today on the feed for McWade. It is 54-38. Wildwood Catholic really commanding this contest here in the second half. Nelson across to Anderson, who was so impressive in the first half, and Wildwood Catholic has really just turned things up a notch defensively against him. Schustoff can't corral that pass, and Eddie McWade comes up with it, his third steal here in a matter of minutes. Hands off to Cook, Cook to Robertson, and Robertson will reset things. Osborne with the ball, guarded by Schustoff. Here is Eddie McWade again, fakes the pass to his right, dribbles to his left, takes it up with the left hand, rims out, and the ball will go off of Vladimir Schustoff, Absegami's big man. Wildwood Catholic keeps possession, 1:47 to play here in the contest, 54-38. Wildwood Catholic appears to be headed to its 15th victory of the season. Not a smooth inbound play there for Wildwood Catholic, but Eddie McWade ends up with the ball. Usually a good thing for the Crusaders. He puts it in there with the right hand, does Eddie McWade, and it's a 18-point lead for Wildwood Catholic right now. Hard to believe that Catholic entered the third quarter trailing this game. Quite the role reversal in the second half. And there is an intentional foul on Cook. Vinny Nelson fouling him, 1:20 to play. And it appears both coaches will head to their bench, call upon the reserves. For Mike Bolt, he'll throw in the towel. It was a strong, impressive start for an Absegami team that is young. Their top scorer today, Abdul Anderson, just a junior. And that's been the story for the Braves. They've been able to play a lot of these games close, but not been able to finish them strong. They had a Holy Spirit on the ropes at home a couple weeks ago as well. Certainly had Wildwood Catholic trembling a little bit earlier in this game with an 11-point lead, but Wildwood Catholic has really turned the tide, now up by 18 points, and George Cook at the line now with the chance to extend that cushion. First free throw is good. Wildwood Catholic has done a tremendous job at the line today. Hard to tell what time it is, Battle by the Bay. Just basketball all the time. Cook's second free throw is up, and Wildwood Catholic leads by 20 points, 58-38. A minute and 20 remaining. And it's all over, but a few dribbles now. 80 seconds separates Wildwood Catholic from improving to 15-3 on the season. Drive there, up and under. Fouled on the attempt was Absegami's number 12, Matt Fetsky. And Fetsky will get an opportunity to make his impact on the contest here. He heads to the free throw line. Coach Dave DeWeese has to be pleased with how his Crusaders came out of the locker room. Certainly facing some adversity, not the way you wanted to rebound after the loss to Pleasantville, in which case the Crusaders really were embarrassed early in that contest as Coach Johnson's team was able to build a lead against the Crusaders early and really ride that to the end. And today it looked like it might be a similar fate as Absegami loses the ball. Errant pass there. Wildwood Catholic came out of the gates today again slow, trailing by 11 in the first half, but unlike the Pleasantville game, they were able to get things in gear in time to come away and then some. Now with a 19-point cushion and 55 seconds remaining. We mentioned Wildwood Catholic going to their bench as well. Malcolm Darby, the ball, look inside there. And a nice bucket cashing in there is number 24, Garrett Moretti, the junior, off the bench for Wildwood Catholic. Justin Boardfors chucks up a three. That's off. 27 seconds remaining in the contest. Wildwood Catholic just looking to dribble things out, or maybe not. Get a few more points there for number 24, Garrett Moretti. A couple of buckets for him off the bench. 62-39. Wildwood Catholic leading. 12 seconds to go. Absegami dribbling some time off the clock. Shot there for Justice Martin is off the mark, and that will do it. Wildwood Catholic wraps things up. An impressive come-from-behind victory. Trailed by 11 points in the second quarter, but the Crusaders come away with a 62-39 victory. What an effort in the second half. Stay tuned, folks. We've got Middle Township coming up. They're going to face George Washington. We'll be back for that action. And 62-39 will wrap up some of this game as well. Stay tuned. It's KMACountySports.com. I'm Tyler Donahue, and a whole nother game here from Atlantic City's Battle by the Bay.